Well, Joshua and the Israelite army, they are moving through the promised land. They are defeating their enemies and bringing God's judgment to these people that he said back in Genesis 15 that he was going to use them to bring judgment to them. And in chapter 10, we see where the Israelites, they have defeated the southern cities. And in chapter 11, we see where they have defeated the northern cities. And these major strongholds, and some of them were the descendants of the Anakim, which were giants, had been defeated. Remember, they were so scared in Numbers 13 and 14, thinking that they would never be able to defeat them. But through God, they were able to defeat them. But the task was not yet complete. The promised land was not completely theirs yet. And so let me read to you Joshua 13, verse 1 through 7. Joshua was now old and advanced in age, and the Lord said to him, "You have become old, advanced in age, but a great deal of the land remains to be possessed. This is the land that remains, all the districts of the Philistines and the Geshurites, from the Shior east of Egypt to the border of Ekron on the north, considered to be Canaanite territory. The 5 Philistine rulers of Gaza, Ashdod, Ashkelon, Gath, and Ekron, as well as the Avites. In the south, all the land of the Canaanites, from the era of the Sidonians to the Aphek, and as far as the border of the Amorites, the land of the Gibeonites, and all Lebanon east from Baal-gad below Mount Hermon to the entrance of Amath. All the inhabitants of the hill country, from Lebanon to Misrephoth-maim, all the Sidonians, I will drive them out before the Israelites. Only distribute the land as an inheritance for Israel, as I have commanded you. Therefore divide this land as an inheritance to the 9 tribes and the half tribe of Manasseh." And so the task was not done. As we see here, there was still the enemy living in the land. There was still work to be done. And that's what God had called them to do. But what has God called you to do? Are you doing it? Are you being faithful in doing what he's called you to do? Have you finished the task that God's called you to do? You know, at the very least, all Christians are called. We're called to be like him, and we're called to carry out the Great Commission. And I believe both of those are lifetime tasks. And so keep pressing on to finish the task. I hope you join me again tomorrow as we continue in the book of Joshua.